Call me the Onceler, but what's the maximum amount of trees you can deforest in one 18-minute round of Fortnite? Let me tell you, finding this answer wasn't easy. Every single second counted. 1 second wasted and I might miss a tree. To make the most out of my 18 minutes, I couldn't involve luck. Instead, map analysis and strategy was vital in order to reduce mistakes and let every tree die.
Let it shrivel up and get out!
To start, you're probably thinking, why not land at Lone Lodge? At first, I thought so too, but Lone Lodge is actually a liability. All because it's congested with dark oaks. These trees are extremely time-consuming and inefficient to deforest. In fact, one dark oak is equivalent in durability to 3 of these short spruce trees, so it's best to target smaller trees and avoid Lone Lodge. So where could I find these tinier trees? To find out, I began highlighting any trees on the island, helping me discover that Retail Row, Lazy Laps, and the Hills of Tilted Towers have the most small trees. However, analyzing trees was just half the equation to unveiling the maximum number. In-game strategy was just as significant, making the difference between simply pickaxing trees and total wipeout. So after hours of trial and error, how bad can I be, or really, how many trees can I cut? What's the methodology? I'll devise my journey into 3 important sections, all with different goals: early game, middle game, and end game. During the early game, the goal isn't just to break as many trees as possible, but also to loot up on mobility and weapons. To avoid losing time, I immediately skydived to the nearest location, Lazy Laps, and began harvesting. After knocking down my first tree, I quickly snatched this grappler and AR, ran back to chopping, wrapped around the entire perimeter, and hurried to the Hills of Tilted Towers. So far, I've broken over 30 trees in just under 2 minutes, but the pacing was only getting faster with stage 2, the middle game. Originally, looting chests and floor loot aided the weak early game, but now I was scavenging supply drops in preparation for the absolutely brutal end game. Collecting god tier weaponry, stacks of ammo, healables for the storm, and powerful mobilities, all necessary in optimizing deforestation. Entering Tilted Towers, watch as I purposely edge trees to 1 HP and slide to my next victim while simultaneously finishing off the previous tree. This method maintained pacing. Like bro, you're literally watching the first ever pro Fortnite lumberjack, and if you appreciate ridiculous concepts like this, you'll love my other videos, so consider subscribing to the most unique Fortnite channel out there, answering the questions you've never asked, and keeping your curiosity sparking. Help us reach 40k, please. Anyways, y'all think I'm gonna get jumped by the Lorax? Nah, what's that dwarf gonna do? I have this majestic loadout, I'll one-pump him any day. And he'll hopefully let me destroy my original attempt's PR of 146 trees. But how much will I beat it by? Besides, that PR is when I used to target dark oaks and when I had 0 strategy. So stick around, because now we're in the end game, the most intense part. In fact, my toes were literally curling into the floor due to the stress of consistent action and time management, like soaring across the zone to destroy trees, frantically looting the final supply drops, and losing lots of HP to the storm. At this point, I searched the deadly storm for trees, since all of zone was pretty much flattened. And since I couldn't look over the hills, by using all the dead bodies in my inventory, I built myself a mini skybase to secure any final trees. It was intense, resisting the ticks of storm while also shooting out trees hundreds of meters away. I jumped down from my skybase, chopping down the final trees in this narrowing storm, and when nothing was safe anymore, I knocked 2 birds with 1 stone, shockwaving into this tree and approaching the other trees. I had 10 seconds. Efficiency was everything now. To save time, I used my twin mag SMG to rapidly fire down this tree, and just when I was about to die, luckily I had my slap splashes to stay in storm for just a few more seconds, sloppily broke this tree and rushed to what seemed like my final tree. And it's quite tragic really that both my weapons were empty, ending my efforts, and yeah, it was a bit sloppy, but I secured 1 final tree before dying. Honestly, the anxiety of the ticking HP bar hindered logical thinking. Like, I could have shockwaved into this final tree and secured 241, but we'll take 240, that's okay. But 240 is not the maximum. My deforestation process had slight errors, so I'd say with extreme precision and a bit of luck with the storm, 250 is the maximum. And if you learn anything from this video, it's to not waste any time, even if it's 5 minutes. You could have chopped another tree instead of doom scrolling. And there you have it. That's the maximum amount of trees you can harvest in one game. And if you enjoyed watching me unravel this absurd question, smash like and subscribe for more. Check out another ridiculous question I asked, and peace out.